Indicia can be used to build wildlife recording solutions that support everything from surveys aimed at public engagement or educating school children through to complex structured surveillance programs which follow strict methodologies. During this video, I will demonstrate a simple recording form for capturing records of a small set of target species, the sort of thing which might be built to encourage school children to try some biological recording. We'll then take a look at how easy it is to extend your survey form with additional attributes without needing to write any code, something which you can do with any pieces of information you want to capture with your wildlife records, allowing quite complex forms to be built easily. The website you're going to see to demonstrate this is a fictitious National Schools Insect Survey. It is running using a default site template, so obviously we could do quite a bit to make it look smarter for live use. The site homepage would of course need to be designed to be attractive and welcoming. And because we are using Instant Indicia, which is based on the Drupal content management system, the full capabilities of Drupal are at our disposal. Our homepage currently includes a simple photograph and a link to the recording form, so there's work to do yet. If we click the link, we arrive at the recording form, which in this case is split into several pages, or a wizard style of interface. The first page is for inputting the species you recorded. In this case, we've set up a list of species names for our target species, with a simple tick box and a link to upload any photos. In other scenarios where the list of species being recorded is much longer, it might be appropriate to start with an empty grid and provide a search box, allowing the recorder to quickly input a list of any species names. In this case, we will select that we've seen a ladybird. We'll also choose a photo we took of the ladybird. It's all very straightforward and can be done with just a few clicks. The next page of the wizard allows us to input the grid reference for the record. We can search for a town name to quickly zoom the map into an area, then simply click to set the grid reference. If you zoom the map in further, then it's possible to set a more precise reference as appropriate. Once set, we can proceed to the last page of the wizard where we can select the date of the record and provide a comment. Don't forget that the attributes you capture for a record and the layout of the form is completely up to you as the designer of the survey. We'll take a look at how you can add new attributes for recording in a moment. For now, let's save the record. Next, we'll take a look at the administration portal for Indicia called the Warehouse. This is where you can set up the design of your surveys, including things like the species lists available to record against, the terms available to select in drop-down boxes, and the attributes and their order of appearance on each survey's form. Recorders themselves will never see this part of the system. The warehouse also lets you review the incoming records, but in practice it is much more likely that you'll add reports, charts and maps to your own website for reviewing the records than to view them in the warehouse. Our single record of a ladybird is in the database, as you can see. Now we'll go to the section of the warehouse concerned with custom attributes and add an attribute for the recording of time of day. Because we can specify the title of the attribute, the type of data to capture, as well as the validation rules to apply, we can record pretty much anything you like with each record. For now, our new attributes will be required and will accept any text data, though it is possible to define validation rules that force the input to hours and minutes only, for example. There are quite a few options on this page relating to the attribute and in particular how it is validated, such as setting minima and maxima, or choosing the list of controlled terms to make available for a drop-down. The final thing to do is to select that we want this attribute to appear on our insect surveys form and then save the attribute. Let's go back to our recording website and take a look to see what effect this has had on our recording form. As before, we can select a species and add a photo. We can search for a place and set the grid reference for the record. On the third page, however, we can see that a time of day control has appeared automatically. allowing the recorder to add values for our custom attribute. You can see that it's a really simple process to add a new custom attribute and design your surveys exactly as you need them. There are even many ready-made attributes available in the warehouse to make this process even simpler. The time of day control even automatically has a red asterisk beside it to indicate that it is required when filling in the form. All the standard functionality you might expect to work on a form like this just works, with no need to write code.